Imagine waking up tomorrow to find that every click, every conversation, every transaction you make is monitored, curated, and controlled by an unseen hand. This hand has silently woven itself into the very fabric of your life, influencing everything from the products you buy to the thoughts you entertain. You might think of familiar tech giants like Google or Amazon, but what if I told you that this force isn't them, and it's not even based in the United States? This is not a distant dystopia. This is happening right now, shaped by Tencent, a Chinese tech titan whose reach extends far beyond its home borders, subtly shaping your digital reality without you even realizing it. Tencent is more than just another tech company. It is the architect of a global digital empire, manipulating billions of lives with a quiet but iron grip. How did Tencent evolve from a modest startup in China to a company that now plays a pivotal role in shaping the digital lives of billions? The story of its rise is a testament to strategic brilliance and an unrelenting drive for control, a story that you're about to uncover. Imagine an app that's not just a utility, but a necessity, something you can't live without. For over 1.3 billion people, that app is WeChat. In China, it's not just a platform, it's a way of life, dictating how people communicate, shop, pay bills, and even access public services. But WeChat is just the tip of the iceberg. Tencent's influence stretches far beyond this single app. Picture a world where one company has its tendrils in gaming, finance, entertainment, artificial intelligence, social media, and health tech. A company so deeply embedded in the digital landscape that it controls the very infrastructure on which societies function. Tencent is that company. Consider the day when WeChat suffered a massive outage on October 11, 2022. For over 5 hours, millions of users were cut off, unable to send messages, make payments, or access other critical features. The world was thrown into chaos. Businesses ground to a halt, financial transactions froze, and millions were left in limbo. This wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a stark reminder of how deeply societies have become entangled in Tencent's digital web. And as Tencent's empire grows, so too does its power. Power that rivals, and in some cases surpasses, that of Netflix, IBM, and even Alibaba. But Tencent's story is not just about size. It's about control, and that control has consequences that ripple across the globe. Now picture yourself sitting down to watch a blockbuster film. You're engrossed in the action, but what you don't realize is that a Chinese company had a significant hand in its creation. Or perhaps you're listening to a chart-topping song, unaware that Tencent played a key role in its promotion. Tencent's reach into global culture is subtle yet profound. In the music industry, they've gone beyond mere investment. They've shaped the landscape. Platforms like QQ Music, Kugu, and Kuwo dominate in China, while their stakes in Universal Music Group and Spotify give them influence over what the world listens to. But it doesn't stop there. Tencent Pictures has co-financed and co-produced Hollywood blockbusters like Wonder Woman, Venom, and the Fast and the Furious franchise. Through these partnerships, Tencent doesn't just invest in films, it influences the narratives that dominate global screens. The characters you root for, the values that are championed, these are subtly guided by Tencent's involvement. When a foreign company like Tencent gains control over cultural production, it wields the power to subtly shape societal values, norms, and even political attitudes. This influence is a form of soft power, an invisible control that shapes not just what we consume, but how we think about the world. To understand Tencent's rise, we must look at its founder, Ma Huateng, Pony Ma. Unlike the outspoken tech moguls of Silicon Valley, Pony Ma is a quiet strategist, preferring to operate behind the scenes, letting his actions speak louder than his words. Born in 1971 during China's rapid transformation, Pony Ma's fascination with technology was coupled with a strategic mindset. He wasn't just interested in participating in the digital revolution, he wanted to lead it. But rather than rushing into the fray, Ma studied, learned, and waited for the right moment to strike. That moment came in 1998 when Ma and a few friends created OICQ, a messaging app that would lay the foundation for Tencent's empire. But Ma's success wasn't merely a result of innovation, it was a product of strategic imitation, adaptation, and a deep understanding of the local market, a strategy that would later enable Tencent to outmaneuver global giants like Microsoft. OICQ, later rebranded as QQ, was Tencent's first major success, but it nearly didn't survive. A trademark dispute with AOL's ICQ nearly ended Tencent before it could establish itself, but instead of giving up, Ma sought venture capital, securing a $2.2 million investment that allowed Tencent to rebrand and continue its meteoric rise. As QQ grew, so did Tencent's ambitions. They needed to monetize their massive user base, and they did so by introducing QQ Show, a feature allowing users to buy virtual items for their avatars. This simple idea transformed QQ into a profitable business, setting the stage for Tencent's dominance in the digital world. But Ma wasn't content with just one success. He understood that in the fast-paced world of tech, staying ahead meant continuous evolution. Tencent began investing in other tech firms, expanding into mobile gaming, e-commerce, and beyond, creating an ecosystem that would ensure its users never needed to leave Tencent's digital sphere. As Tencent's empire grew within China, it quickly realized that true dominance could only be achieved by expanding its influence globally. But rather than taking the conventional route of directly challenging Western tech giants in their own markets, Tencent employed a more subtle, strategic approach, one that would see it quietly becoming a dominant player in some of the world's most lucrative and culturally significant industries. Tencent's first major foray into global dominance began in the world of gaming, a market where the company saw not just financial potential, but a powerful means of shaping culture and reaching global audiences. In 2012, Tencent made a strategic investment by acquiring a 40% stake in Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, for $330 million. At the time, this seemed like a bold but risky move. However, when Fortnite exploded into a global phenomenon, generating billions of dollars in revenue and attracting millions of players worldwide, Tencent's gamble paid off handsomely. But this was just the beginning. Tencent didn't stop at Fortnite. It went on to acquire full ownership of Riot Games, the developers behind League of Legends, another cultural juggernaut in the gaming world. With millions of players engaged in League of Legends every day, Tencent's influence in the gaming community grew exponentially. Tencent's influence spread even further when it acquired a majority stake in Supercell, the Finnish company behind Clash of Clans, a mobile game that has become a household name. Beyond these, Tencent also holds stakes in the companies behind PUBG Mobile, Arena of Valor, and Call of Duty Mobile. Through these strategic investments, Tencent effectively became the largest gaming company in the world by revenue, exerting influence over the games played by millions globally. Whether you're engaging in a battle royale on Fortnite, strategizing in Clash of Clans, or leading your team in League of Legends, there's a good chance Tencent has a hand in it. But Tencent's ambitions in the gaming world go beyond just profit. The company understands that gaming is a powerful cultural force, one that can shape attitudes, behaviors, and even values. By controlling or influencing many of the most popular games worldwide, Tencent has positioned itself as a silent architect of global gaming culture. This influence extends to how games are developed, marketed, and even how they are censored, particularly in cases where content may conflict with Chinese government policies. Having secured a stronghold in the gaming world, Tencent turned its attention to other forms of entertainment and social media, industries that are equally influential in shaping global culture. Tencent's move into the music industry was both strategic and expansive. It wasn't enough to simply invest. Tencent aimed to shape the landscape itself. By controlling platforms like QQ Music, Kugu, and Kuwo in China, and acquiring significant stakes in international giants like Universal Music Group and Spotify, Tencent ensured that its influence extended far beyond the borders of China. This influence is subtle but profound. Through its control of music streaming platforms, Tencent can influence which artists get promoted, what genres gain popularity, and what messages reach listeners around the world. It's a form of cultural curation on a massive scale, where Tencent's algorithms and business decisions quietly shape the global music scene. Tencent's reach into social media is equally significant. The company owns a substantial stake in Snapchat, one of the most influential social media platforms globally, particularly among younger audiences. Through its investment in Reddit, Tencent has also gained a foothold in one of the most important platforms for online discourse and community building in the West. These platforms, while seemingly independent, operate under the influence of Tencent's strategic vision, a vision that prioritizes both market dominance and the subtle shaping of global conversations. Tencent's ambitions aren't limited to entertainment and social media. The company has also made significant inroads into financial technology, fintech, and healthcare, two sectors that are not only lucrative but also critical to the functioning of modern society. In the fintech space, Tencent's investments include stakes in companies like JD.com, China's largest online retailer, and Square, a leading financial services company in the United States. These investments give Tencent influence over the digital payments and financial services used by millions of people globally, further embedding the company into the daily lives of individuals and businesses alike. But perhaps one of the most significant and potentially transformative moves Tencent has made is in the healthcare sector. In 2018, Tencent introduced its AI-powered Wielding platform, which assists doctors in diagnosing cancer. This platform represents the cutting edge of AI-driven healthcare, where advanced algorithms analyze medical data to provide diagnostic recommendations. Tencent's move into healthcare shows that the company's influence is expanding into critical areas that affect not just entertainment or finance, but the very health and well-being of individuals around the world. With great power, however, comes great scrutiny. Tencent's close ties to the Chinese government have made it a target for regulators in the West, where concerns about data privacy, censorship, and national security are increasingly coming to the forefront. The very strategies that have led to Tencent's success, strategic investments, subtle influence, and close government ties, are now drawing global backlash. As Tencent continues to grow and expand its influence across industries, the world watches closely, questioning the implications of a company with such vast control, not just over digital spaces, but over cultural, financial, and even health sectors. The true extent of Tencent's power and the consequences of that power are only beginning to be understood. If you're enjoying our content so far, don't miss our upcoming mini docs. Hit the notification bell to stay in the loop and not miss out. Tencent's success is largely due to its ability to navigate the complex relationship with the Chinese government. By cooperating with authorities, Tencent avoided the fate of other tech companies that can afoul of the Chinese Communist Party. But this cooperation came at a cost. Tencent became a tool for government surveillance, leading to widespread criticism. As Tencent expanded globally, these concerns followed it. The company's strategy of becoming a silent partner in Western tech giants allowed it to influence global markets without attracting too much attention. But now, with its influence under increasing scrutiny, Tencent finds itself at a crossroads. Will it continue to grow unchecked, or will the very strategies that led to its success become its downfall? Tencent's journey is far from over. As it continues to expand its empire, the question remains, where will it go next? The stakes have never been higher. Each strategic move not only shapes Tencent's destiny, but also influences the global digital landscape in ways we can only begin to imagine. In a world increasingly shaped by digital giants like Tencent, the implications of their control become even more critical to understand. Tencent's story is a model of business success, but it also serves as a cautionary tale of unchecked power. As we watch this story unfold, we must ask ourselves, what kind of future do we want to shape, and who will be in control of it?